Your closest three friends. Hey, today we're going to talk about your closest three friends. And this is important. You're definitely going to want to hear this. I learned this a long time ago and I was blown away with this. I think it's going to blow you away as well. And I think it's going to help you tremendously. So here's the thing I want you to ask yourself. Okay. So I want you to write down your closest three friends. Now, I really like you to do five. This is really powerful. So I'm excited about this topic here. I really would love to have you do five friends, but I know kids are back to school. A lot of them are. Some start after Labor Day. I get that, and a lot of them are doing it online, and they're doing homework online, virtual. So I'm going to give you a lesser assignment. Okay, let's just do three. Take your three closest friends right now. Write them on a piece of paper. This is very, very powerful. You're going to absolutely love this. This is incredible. Take your three closest friends, okay? And this is what I want you to do, okay? Out of those three closest friends, if you really want to do something good, do five. Do five if you really want to crush it. Ran out of breath there. But take your three closest friends, write them on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to have you rate them on 5 stars. So 5 is awesome. 5 stars, you nailed it. 1 star, they're weak at, okay? And what we're going to look at different areas, and I want you to rate them, and there's a reason why, and it's so important, and it's going to open up your eyes big time, okay? This is so incredible. Okay, so here's what you do. You write down your 3 closest friends, or your 5 if you really want to do it right, and you're going to rate them on different areas. So physically, for instance, how are they physically on a scale to 1 to 5? Physically, what type of stars would you have them physically? Do they smoke? Do they not smoke? Do they get to the gym? Are they eating right? Are they taking care of their health? How are they physically? And rate them. Are they 3 stars? Are they in the middle? Are they higher? They're like 4. Okay. Are they like a 2? Are they 1? Okay. So how are they? Now there's a reason why for this. This is very important. Okay. Mentally, how are they mentally? Spiritually, okay. Do they have someone with? Are they close to God? Do they go to church? Are they spiritual? Okay. Do they believe in a higher power? Is religion very important to them? That the moral fiber, the integral. Do they have a close relationship with God? Okay. This is all good reasons. So physically, you want to do that. You want to do mentally. You want to do. Are they mentally strong? Spiritually, okay. Financially, I want you to rate them on financially as well. Financially, on a scale to 1 to 5, you think they have credit card debt? We don't all know what's going on with our friends. Do they take care of money? Do they invest well? Are they respectful? Do they disrespect money? Are they responsible with that? The best you can financially. And here's the kicker. This is going to be really good financially. So you got physically, you got mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all that. Socially, how are they socially with people? Okay, how do they interact with people? You want to rate all these different areas. So spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, socially, all those different areas, you want to rate them. And here's why. Okay. Here's the reason why. We're going to get into this. We're going to really dive deep into this too. But here's the reason why you want to rate that. Okay. When you take your 3 friends, I then want you to take those areas and rate yourself. How are you on those areas as well? Physically, your physical health. How are you? Okay. Are you overweight? Do you smoke? Do you take care of yourself? Do you drink too much? Okay. Do you eat healthy foods? Okay. All that area. Financially, rate yourself financially. Where are you financially right now? Okay. Physically, socially, mentally. How are you mentally? How's your mental diet? How are you mentally right now? Socially, okay. You have that. Okay. Spiritually, all that kind of stuff. Write that down, add yourself up. And here's the thing. You are the exact clone of the 5, or I'll say even 3, the 5 closest friends. Think about your 3 closest friends or your 5 closest friends. And how did they come out? Are they averaging 2 stars, 3 stars? Maybe they're a 4 or 5 star in a couple of areas. Okay. And maybe they need some work. If you're like me, I go, there's a couple of areas I need to improve on. I need to hammer it a little better. I need to work on it. Here's what's so interesting about this exercise. Okay. When you take those and when you look at your friends, okay, we're going to go to you because this is going to be about you. You're going to identify your 5 friends. I really like that you can add your spouse in there. I think it's fine to add your spouse in there. or if you're in a relationship, you can definitely add them in there. I definitely add them in there. Okay, maybe not put their name down on a piece of paper. Some of you put a fake name, okay, but put 5 if you can, but definitely do 3. Okay, definitely do 3. Your 3 closest friends that you talk to. Doesn't mean you see them, it's you interact with them the most. Text messaging, Facebook, so Instagram, whatever it is, on the phone. Okay, the ones you interact with the most, your 3 closest friends today, right now. 5 would be better. And if you add them up, you're going to see where they're weak in and where they're strong at. And here's the thing: when you go do your own, when you do your own, you're going to realize that you're the average. You're the average overall. You're the average of the 5 friends you hang out with. And those areas you're going to be the average of exactly that, or even the 3 closest friends. Now, I'm not saying to get rid of those friends. I'm not saying to separate from those friends. Okay. However, I'm saying you might need some work like I did. Okay. Like I did. And there's ways you can strengthen those numbers that is not as hard as you think. Okay. It's not as hard. And I'm going to tell you this: if you can strengthen those numbers, it'll be a domino effect into the other areas too. When you help yourself in different areas, it helps yourself in all the other areas as well. It can. Okay. Now, with that said, I do know people that they're financially, they're very secure. We all know these people, but they have a terrible home life. They have a terrible home life, or physically they're just really out of shape. They're overweight. They smoke. They make money, but they're not good people. Okay. So that's very, very common. Okay. You're going to find that more common than not in all these different areas. Okay. But you're exact clone of the 5 people you hang out with. And I'm going to tell you the secrets of how to fix these different areas. And here's the thing: when you get better, the people around you get better. Okay. I'm going to say that again, because this is powerful. When you get better, the people around you get better. Now, look, none of us are perfect. Okay. Jesus died for our sins. Okay. We're sinners. Okay. Me included. Okay. I'm a sinner as well. But of course, I don't like to sin. I'm not proud of sinning. Okay. So in those areas, let's look at this. And here's what I want to ask you. It's your reference group, your circle of influence. Now, I'm going to hit home right now, right? This is powerful. Let me ask you something. Do you know anybody that was in a relationship and they got out of a relationship and they dated the same person? Has anyone ever said to you, I'll pick up women first, okay? Because I pick on guys more than ever, okay? And I'm going to in a minute. But have you ever heard like, oh, I can never find the right guy. I can never be with the right man. You're so lucky you have such a good guy. I never find the right guy. All the wrong guys find me. I never get in the right relationship. Why is it? I'm going to tell you something. It's not an accident. I have seen men, okay, and women as well. Some pick on the men. I've seen men, they're in a marriage and, maybe they get out of a marriage or a relationship. And most likely what happens the majority of time when you get out of a relationship, you pick someone with the same exact immaturities and behaviors that you came from. Now, I know, being a guy my age now, I'm not no young buck anymore. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s. That's all I'm going to say, okay? That's it. That's all that's going there. But when you see this, what I've noticed through a lot of my friends, and some of them date a younger version of what they came from. They had someone that didn't have the integrity and moral fiber, or they weren't around a person. It may not be that bad, but they weren't around a person that was making them better. They weren't around a person that was making them grow. And so they gravitated to somebody that didn't have the integrity and the moral fiber and the ethics. They end up going with someone that had the exact same, you don't want to say really skill set, but values, and the same person, but it may be someone with blonde hair instead of red hair. Okay. Or it may be somebody that was a little bit older. Now they're a little bit younger, but they had the same values. In most cases, people gravitate to the same type of person. Okay. And I think there's a lot of people like, oh, geez, this is tough to hear, Troy, because maybe you're one of those people that you're in the wrong relationship right now, and you always find the wrong relationships. Okay. See, here's the thing. You are an exact clone of the 3 people, your 3 closest friends. And I'll even say your 5 closest friends. You're even on your income, which is kind of weird. I say you could actually average 5 people's income, and I'm going to be the average of the 3. See, here's what I want to tell you. Atmosphere matters. Atmosphere matters. It's a lot easier to get in a fight at a club than a library. Would you agree with that? Okay. Atmosphere matters. When I heard that, I said, oh my gosh, it's even when you're looking, when you look at your mental capacity, okay, a lot of it is who you hang out with. If you're in the wrong relationships, my guess mentally, you're not healthy, or you're not healthy as you could be. And a lot of those are your relationships. A lot of it is your circle of influence. A lot of it is your reference group. I was watching a little bit of the news, just a little bit, and I had to do it from my phone because I'm proud of myself that right now I have no cable TV. I have no streaming to stream the networks. And I talk about like Fox News. I was watching it. I was so depressed watching Fox News. I was like a fox. I wanted to run away from it. Fox is such negative news. And so they're all CNN. You know what I call CNN? Constant negative news is what I call CNN. Constant negative news, CNN. All the news stations, every one of them, not taking a political side here. It's all negative. I don't care what news station I'm watching or what news periodical I'm going by. It's very, very, very negative. Okay. And I think a lot of people like to talk about negativity because that's the atmosphere that they're in. Does that make sense? And more than ever, where there's a divide going on, who you're voting for, what's this and this, we're paying attention to that. And there's a study that people that watch less news or not at all, because all the good stuff is going to find you. Like, if there's a hurricane or there's something bad that happens, it's going to find you. You're going to find out about it. You don't need to watch the news. Okay. But what happens is when your atmosphere matters, when you're around the negativity constantly, you become negative. Okay. So if atmosphere didn't matter, anybody have kids? Anybody have children out there? How many children do you have? Do you find that it's important? Okay. Do you think it's important who your children hang out with? Okay. And my guess is that you're saying yes. Do you think it's important on what activities they do? See, if you have a son named Johnny, sometimes you don't want them to hang out with Nick if he's throwing rocks. If you know there's kids that are around drugs, you don't want your children hanging out with those kids that do drugs. So here's the thing. Atmosphere matters. So how do you improve? Is there something that can make, say, Troy, so my question is, would you like to take your weak stars and go from a 2 to a 5 or go to a 2 to even a 3? There's ways you can do that. Would you like to know how you can do that? Okay. So atmosphere matters. So it's not that you have to get rid of your friends, but here's the thing: for you to better people don't come around you until you get better. That's what happens. When you get better, you attract better people like a moth to the flame. So it's what you read and it's what you listen to. It's the energy that you're around. So I read the right books. I'm not reading Harry Potter books. There's nothing wrong with that, but I rather read the Bible, right? So if your 3 closest friends, right? Your 3 closest friends down here, your 3 closest friends right here, see right there, your 3 closest friends. I should put 5. It matters because of the reference group. It matters because of the circle and influence in the Bible. Okay. In the Bible, there's the Holy Bible right there, right? The Holy Bible. There's my Bible study on right there. Okay. What does it say? Well, here's what it says in Proverbs 27:17. It says, as iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. It means who you hang out with matters. It means that success leaves clues. Hey, you want to have a good relationship with God, hang out with people that have a good relationship with God. You want to hang out with people that are in a good marriage, hang out with people in a good marriage. Who are you with right now? What values do they have? People you work with, okay? People who are your friend, what are their values? You know what I love almost all religion, really? I'm not Catholic, but I love the fact that I had Catholic friends go to church and learn values. Not everyone goes to church as a good person. We know that, okay? Even Jesus had a disciple that turned against him and wasn't loyal to him, okay? And I'm not going to get into that, but it matters. It matters. So what you read, what you listen to, if you're around the wrong people and you want to grow, if you want to get better financially, you want to make more money. Do you want to make more money? Do you want to grow? See, when you increase your standard of living, if you have values and you're integral, you increase your standard of giving. Okay. Always watch who somebody's around. Do you ever notice that there's some people like, man, their friends are incredible. You have such amazing, amazing friends. And did you ever have someone? I have a friend, I'm not going to name, of course. He's the best out of his bunch, meaning that when I hang out with him and I see friends around him, they're all beneath him with integral moral fiber, that kind of thing. I don't ever see like, wow, that guy, you're going to really grow from him. Being around him is going to be good. Being with him is going to be tremendous. I never see that. Right. And so it's not that he's a bad person, but I haven't seen him grow over the years because the people he associates are not pushing him. They're not forcing him to be better. When you're around better people, it's just like when you're playing sports. When I was playing basketball, I loved basketball. I felt like I crushed as a kid for a while. And what happened was, for me to get better, I had to play with the men on the basketball court. Because I had to improve my game. So when I went back to the people I was around, I became better. Like, oh my gosh, Troy, you got so much better. So who you hang out with matters. I'd leave you with this. My grandfather was a pastor before he passed away, and he always read two things in the morning. Okay. He read the Bible and he read the newspaper. And I used to say to my grandfather, I said, Grandpa, why do you read the Bible and the newspaper every single morning? And what he said was, well, I like to see what both sides are up to. I used to laugh. I go, that's a really good answer. I like to see what both sides are up to. Okay. But probably he read the Bible and felt so positive in the morning. It felt great. It was a great way to start. Don't ever start your day in neutral. Don't ever start your day in neutral. But probably when he read the newspaper, I imagine it naturally brought him down. It would bring him down, wanting to bring him down. So I want to just tell you, and I'm going to close here, but here's the big thing. Your closest 3 friends, write them down. Your closest 5, if you want to be, write them down. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses on those areas of physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, spiritually, financially? Write those at least 6 areas down and rate those stars, and then rate yourself. See, you have to inspect what you expect. And sometimes when you inspect what you expect, you find out that it's not what you expect at all. It's not that we're saying you can't hang around those same people, but you also have to ask yourself, why are you attracting the person that's in your life right now? Why are you attracting that? Why do you keep attracting? See, if you want to get better, you want people that are better to get around you. Okay. That's why they had the 12 disciples pushing each other, studying each other, right? That's why there's mastermind groups, and you can read, you can find things on YouTube. There's a lot of things you can do to get better. And I always ask this stuff, who do you know that I should know? See, at some point, if you're down in the dumps, if you're going through hard times, Hollywood movies love an overcomer, right? The Bible has stories of people overcoming all the time. We love that. People that came from this and they rised above. At some point, we have to stop playing the victim. You have to ask yourself, who are you around? Are they making me a better person? Are they making me grow? And how do I get around people that I think that could help me grow? I always ask people that help me out. I'm going to be interviewing some CEOs that are crushing their business, CEOs, presidents that have adapted to change and that are making a difference, and people that are pastors that are helping people out, even top entrepreneurs, top people working from home. And when I hang around them, I'm always asking them, what can I do for you? How can I help you? So even if someone adds more value to you, I always ask, look, how can I help you? Right? And who do you know that I should know? Who do you know that I should know? Those are questions. See, it's not about having the best answers. Sometimes it's about asking the best questions in life. And the question I have for you, the question what this was all about, is on your 3 closest friends. Who are your 3 closest friends? And on each of those areas, financially, socially, mentally, physically, all these different areas, what would you rate them on stars? Go back, do the homework. You're going to love it. You're going to do great. You're going to improve. And share that with your friends. Share that with share this video. You can find me on Time with Troy. We're going to be interviewing some great people. You can find me on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, get notified. I'm hoping to have some really well-known people as well. And go to my Facebook page, IG, Instagram, Time with Troy, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the bell. We're going to have some great things coming your way. And God bless you. I'm praying for every one of you to have a great, great day, great week, great month, and great year. Thank you very much. God bless.